Hi everybody, and I hope everyone's been well. And so today we are going to talk about this guitar here with the smudgy headstock. Again, the luxuries of black. Did want this in white, but you get it when you can and how you can. So I have had this Harley Benton R-457BK Progressive Series guitar since the end of April 2020. And so I thought I'd give a little bit of an update again about the guitar. Again, currently it goes for 192 Canadian at this current point in time. Again, 7-string electric, apparently lime body. I don't know about lime, maybe basswood, maple neck, blackwood fretboard, offset dot inlays, speed D neck profile, fretboard radius 350 millimeter, scale 648 millimeter, nut width 48 millimeter, new bone nut, 24 medium jumbo frets, 2 high gain humbuckers, of course, 1 volume, 1 tone, 3-way switch with black hardware, the nice generic hip shot style hardtail bridge. I really like these bridges, and maybe in the future when I look at hardtail guitars I might look at something of a similar ilk. Again, high gloss black, deluxe die-cast tuners, as you see here. String strength, as they call it here on the Toman website, 9, 11, 16, 24, 30, 32, 42, 54. So with that out of the way, again, end of April, beginning of May, I've had the guitar here, and I've kind of gotten somewhat used to it. I have featured it in a few videos, so I'm gonna kind of go over what I have done with this guitar, and anyone who is going to purchase one of these, which again I will still recommend that somebody gets one of these at these price point, at the price point of 192 Canadian, which is about 150 US, we'll say. And again, especially if you're looking to see if you can get into a 7-string guitar, it does not hurt to get one of these Harley Bentons. I think North America wise, the only thing you might be able to get as cheap is maybe an Ibanez Geo. Everything else for a 7-string guitar is pretty much 400 plus US/Canadian in North America to just get you in the door with a 7-string. There might be some a bit cheaper, but pretty much, in my opinion, this is the cheapest playable 7-string you can get on the market. The only things I have done to this guitar, and again, this is on some of the things that have been commented on other YouTube videos about these, is shielding the cavity. I will have to say right off the bat, yes, shield the cavity, because the shielding in the cavity of this is really, really, really thin. Again, budget guitar, you don't expect heavy shielding to begin with. So I've probably shielded off probably about 90% of inside the cavity, and put then the three-way switch back into place and the volume and tone into place. What else can I tell you about this cavity? It leaves room for expansion, which is understandable enough looking at the size of the cavity. So there's still a possibility that you could maybe cram in a possible third knob if you're putting it close. You could put a knob up here, around here, kill switch, which is kind of really popular nowadays. And in regards to, if those options don't do you good and you do like the guitar, and if you want to go away from passive pickups, you can go to actives, and in opening the cavity in this section in here, there's probably the perfect amount of space for you to put a 9-volt battery. And so you could put active pickups, modify it to whatever you can find for actives, Fishman, EMGs, and so forth, and go with your volume, tone, and three-way toggle with a 9-volt battery. It would work in this situation. Fretboard didn't really need much. The frets aren't really that, they weren't really sharp at the edges, and nothing was really superly scrapey, but I think I still did polish the frets anyways. Just is never a bad habit to break out of. In regards to medium jumbo frets on this, they could probably do one solid and pay the extra 1 cent and go with jumbos. I think jumbos would be great on this. Beyond that, the tuners, while not perfect, are still not bad. I do need to put a new set of strings on this for sure to have more kind of appropriate kind of sound definition, but the strings that came on this were actually in good condition, which at times people know the Toman strings are kind of eh. So first things I will say for sure, I said things I've done to the guitar, I've actually done in the same moniker of all my other guitars, going E-flat tuning. So basically 6 string down is like a regular E-flat tuning, and then again the B string is still the B string, except of course it's just tuned flat, so it's technically B flat tuning. Beyond that, and here's the other advice I'm going to give to anyone who does look to buy this guitar: the neck. Now, you won't see it now, but well, you kind of can see a little bit. But when I got this guitar, this neck was extremely thick, and I found I had a hard time to put my hand around it. And I'm not sure if I've seen it mentioned somewhere or not, but right here, there was I would say almost a 2mm kind of bump going on. So what I did was, again, I took it and took like 400 grit sandpaper, wrapped it to my hand, and actually went all the way from here. You can see a little bit where I got some finish in that, but basically I sculpted or sculpted from the heel cut here all the way basically up the neck. And so in turn, this neck has a nicer, more comfortable feel to it. And I feel, I'm not sure if this is true on any of the other models, but with that excess amount of meat here, I felt it really took away from the ability to play the guitar. So again, I basically sanded it back, then took fine sandpaper, went over it as best as I could. And you can't see it. You can't see it, but there are a few kind of darker or deeper scratch lines in it. But once I did that and got it nice and smooth down and basically matched up this part here where it was really kind of curved, it was almost a curve like that. So once I got that all leveled, I just did simply one coat of the Minwax tongue oil over it. Now the neck is really nice and smooth, and as you can see from the video here, I can actually grip my hand around it. When it was thicker, I could not do that, so it made it really uncomfortable to actually play, and kind of took away from the interest of trying to play it or wanting to play it more. So again, anyone looking to buy these guitars, again, pull the pots out, pull the three-way toggle switch out, shield it with your shielding of choice, whether it be a tape, a more shielding paint. It needs it. I noticed for a fact it definitely quieted up the pickups, even though I didn't shield in the pickups. The actual cavity itself was actually making that much interference. And again, shave the neck back, like I said, probably about 2 millimeter, or about till your hand feels comfortably around it, without taking too much off to take away from the material and stability of the neck. Once those things are done to this guitar, like many of the other reviews on YouTube have said, and I know I'm repeating this, but it's true, once you do that to these guitars, they make them awesome playable guitars, and they have a relatively nice feel. Again, in summary, the things that probably Thomann should do to this guitar: better shielding in the cavity, make sure the necks are a little bit more thinner than what they have been. Could be a one-off, could be an error, could be a thing that's occurring on all of them, given the fact that they're made, I think, Indonesia? No, doesn't say. But that and jumbo frets, and this would be an even more better beginner 7-string. And the body shape of this is still rather nice as well too. So enough with my talking about the guitar. I will give one final small, we'll say 4 to 12 minute sound sample after this, which will make this a 30-minute video. And again, I'll just say again, for what you pay for these, Once you do the small tweaks to them, there is nothing wrong with these guitars. And again, you can't go wrong when you're looking at wanting to explore with a 7-string guitar. So with that said, thanks for watching to this point, folks. I will now attempt to do some sound demos on, again, the Marshall Origin 20, mixing in some fuzz, some high gain kind of stuff, and of course dirty and clean. And I will do that now.